Welcome back. In this episode, we're going to be learning about selecting toys, equipment, and educational materials. Children learn about their worlds by playing with toys, exploring materials, and interacting with other people. They learn best when provided with a wide range of toys and educational materials that match their abilities, interests, culture, and languages. Developmentally appropriate toys motivate and engage children as active learners. So join me, Ms. Trott, as we learn all about selecting equipment and educational materials. In early childhood programs, selecting toys and equipment for children is often the teacher's responsibility. In preparation, you will need to determine the children's needs, interests, cultural backgrounds, and skills. You will then choose materials to best meet those needs. Safety is a major concern when selecting toys. Choking and improper use cause the majority of injuries in childhood. The program goals, budget, and curriculum will influence which materials you will buy for the classroom. The number for children in the program and the available space and storage should also be considered. You will want to choose toys that are safe, appropriate, and interesting for the children. Classroom toys and equipment should reflect program goals. If a program is to have children develop language skills, the language materials should be in the classroom. The quantity of toys can be as important when purchasing materials as the quality. In most classrooms, it's common to find 2 or more children playing with the same toy. To promote this type of cooperation, supply an ample number of toys and materials for children. Choose toys that will actively involve children. Toys should move to children to explore, manipulate, invent, and problem solve. In this way, children learn for themselves. They learn to use their imaginations. When choosing toys, keep them simple. Children do not have freedom to express themselves if there's too much detail. Unstructured toys such as blocks and paints encourage children to use their imaginations. Children's physical age and developmental age are often quite different. Toys are teaching tools, and those that suit the children's developmental age will help them build self-esteem along with desired skills. Children should not be taught to handle conflict with aggression or violence. Instead, they need to find positive ways to vent their feelings. One way to prevent aggressive behavior is to avoid giving children superhero or monster toys, toy guns, and war games. Non-sexist toys and materials provide children with the opportunity to explore non-traditional roles. As a teacher, it's important to set up an environment that is free of gender bias. Toys and materials that are multicultural represent a people from a variety of cultures, and these items are essential for part of a multicultural curriculum that teaches respect for people of all cultures. To promote safety, choose toys carefully. Serious injuries can result from poor toy selection. There are over 190,000 reported toy-related injuries a year, and over 200,000 children ages 14 and younger were treated in emergency rooms in 1 year for playground-related injuries, with brain injuries being one of the top diagnoses. Several federal laws regulate the manufacturing and labeling of children's toys. Manufacturers must make sure toys and other children's products comply with federal laws. Always check these labels carefully for warning recommendations. As a result of laws and standards, most new toys are developed with safety in mind. When used by children of an appropriate developmental age, these toys are generally safe. Older toys are much more likely than newer toys to present safety hazards. Check older toys frequently and discard any items you find with breakable pieces, sharp edges or points, small parts, toxic materials, electronically operated toys with heating elements, battery compartments with no locking cover, fabric products that are not flame resistant, toys with small bead-like objects inside of them, pull toys with long cords, and plastic climbing equipment used indoors without proper floor surface. If you have a safety problem with a product, you have an ethical obligation to report it, and your report can protect other children from the same danger. Call the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission or visit their website to report an unsafe product. The National Program for Playground Safety has identified 4 major components that contribute. Supervision is the first component. Playgrounds must be designed so that all children are visible to the caregiver. Proper developmental design is the second component. Playgrounds should be age appropriate, and preschool children need equipment designed closer to the ground. Protective surfacing or shock absorbers are the third component. Protective surfacing is essential for reducing life-threatening head injuries. There are 2 types of acceptable playground surfacing materials, unitary or loose fill. Equipment maintenance is the fourth component of safe playgrounds. Well-maintained playgrounds provide greater protection and help minimize risk. Now let's review what we learned. Selecting toys and equipment is an important task. There are several guidelines that should be followed before purchases are made. Key factors to be considered are program goals, budget, balance, space, supervision, maintenance, durability, quantity, child involvement, and developmental age. Toys should also be non-violent, non-sexist, multicultural, and safe. Safety is a key consideration when buying toys and playground equipment. Laws and guidelines have been developed to help you choose safe products for the children in your care. That wraps us up for this episode. You can learn more about this topic by reviewing the resources posted in your course. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me or your instructor. Thanks for joining me, Ms. Trott, as we learned all about selecting toys, equipment, and educational materials. See you next time.